Guys, urgent video. Please watch this to the end. It's probably going to be one of the most important videos I do this cycle. Very, very important. We're going to talk about the market, where I think price is going to go, what I think is going to happen to altcoins, what I'm trading right now. I'm going to show you my active trades. You can see here I'm short BTC, short Trump, short Zcash, short XRP. I'm going to show you my strategy and what I plan to do next, where I think this market's going to go. So far, so good. Everything is going to plan. We've been talking about this for the last year or so, that it looks like we're repeating last cycle. Very simple, M pattern into bear market, right? We have this clear M pattern and it looks like we're about to go into bear market. Now the trend is your friend until the end. We're clearly following this pattern. We had the buy signal from the SMC bot. We bought in the bear market. Buy signal from the SMC, we bought in the bear market, and we've been taking profits, right? As we did last cycle. Don't need to reinvent the wheel. This time is different. It's getting thrown around everywhere again. Until things change, we are literally repeating history. And even the SMC bot has printed two yellow topping candles in the same formation as this M pattern. Do you know what the odds are of repeating these yellow candles along with the double top M pattern around the same sort of time, Q4, end of market? You've got Eric Trump telling you that we're all going to get rich. I mean, it's quite easy right now, right? It's easy mode. Until we break out of this pattern, it's all straightforward, and I'm looking for more downside here. What happened last cycle? A lot of people were looking for a bounce off this white resistance line. So you see this support line where we longed these last two because it's quite normal to rally up and bounce and bounce. This time it's now Q4, and this is kind of where we broke, right? After we went into this M pattern, we went into this fatigue zone, and we didn't bounce, okay? So if we're looking at what happened last cycle, we didn't bounce off this 100K level, and a lot of people are looking for longs there, and it's possible, right? It's definitely possible. It's a big psychological number. We're kind of retesting this support levels here. It's possible. It's not out of the question. But last cycle, we just went straight through this and liquidated everyone. And I'm trying to think, like, if I was a market maker, what would I do? I'd create as much hype about a bounce at 100K, 95K, and then I would liquidate everyone into disbelief, right? And then they go short down here, and then I rug them and do a dead cat bounce. You see here how we kind of wicked down, and then we came back to do the dead cat bounce. Now, because we're following history so closely, I would lean into potentially that happening, right? We come down, we come down to disbelief, we liquidate everyone, and then we come back and retest this white support line, and then that's the last opportunity as we go into a bear market, right? So everything's kind of playing out as we talked about. Now, it's crazy because I've been in crypto 5-6 years, and I've never seen anyone predict the price movement of BTC like this. I posted this back in February, and I said quite early on, guys, it looks like we're just following last cycle. And if we're following last cycle, I expect the price to get rejected from the resistance, because it was resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. I said I expect us to get rejected from the resistance and then come down to the support line, which was this white support line down here, and then repeat history and go back to the yellow resistance, and repeat history and go back to the yellow resistance here, get rejected, and then come down into a bear market. It's absolutely insane. That's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 pivot points that seem to be playing out so far. We nailed this move, This is where we longed and took some profits. We were shorting up here, and then we longed here. We're back in shorts here. Yeah, we've absolutely nailed it. Look, there's a bit of luck there because this is almost impossible to do. I've never seen anyone call local top, local bottom, and then the actual top, if it is the actual top and we don't go and make another high. So yeah, absolutely crazy. I put into ChatGPT. So what I wanted to know is that if you took a 1K short here, and then you used it to long here, and then you shorted here, I wanted to know how much money you would have made just on low leverage. So I posted here, if you went short with 1K at a BTC 110K, so this is the first resistance up here as 110K, on 20x leverage, so not too crazy. That gives you a lot of breathing room, so lots of space to not get liquidated. You could have done it on 40x and still won, but let's be conservative. 20x, and you took profits at 77K, so that's where it came down to here at support. This is where we started to take some longs. And then you use the profits to go long. So basically, let's say you've done 20x at each level, right? So on the first trade, you would have made so $1,000. You would have made $6,000 in profit, which would have given you a total of $7,000, including your initial margin. Then, if you took the next trade, which was long BTC at the support line I drew, your $7,000 would have become $85,000. So just in 2 trades, if you took the 1K short here and then you longed here, $85,000, just 2 trades. $85,000. And then two more trades. If you shorted here, so let's say you took a short up here with your $85,000 that you've now made, you would have had $369,000. That's today at the current price. So you could have cashed out. This is all from $1,000, remember. If it goes down to my target price for BTC, so let's say it goes down to 50K, you would have made 1.079 million. That's on 20x, right? So if you were doing 40x, it probably would have been 2 million. And do you see how crazy trading is? Just three trades were either 386 million where we are today, or if it hits my target price, $1 million, just from $1,000. That's how crazy this space is, and I don't know any other market where you have that kind of opportunity, right? It's absolutely insane. So yeah, just thought I would share that with you guys. I think I did post something else here. No, it's not on there. So yeah, just to remind you, and I guess if you'd done it with 10K, it would have been 10 million. So if you started that with 10K, it would have been 10 million. Absolutely insane. Looks like we topped, guys. If you're not following my Twitter, go and follow it, because I posted this the other day saying lovely double yellows. The SMC bot was saying that we were getting a bit toppy, and it gave us some yellow candles around 125K, 126K. And I believe that this was the top of the market. It then flagged a sell signal at 121, 122. So you're going to get the sell signal flashes a little bit later, but the yellows are really, really good for catching reversals. We've started to get some of these show up on Zcash, which is why I'm shorting Zcash over here. It's currently 42% in profit, so around $2,400. So yeah, looking really good, and I think this was the top of the market. I did put a big short on here, which I'm so I put a big short on high leverage, and I closed it, but I have opened again, and I got back in around 110,000. Here you can see, so my 110,000 entry short is currently $16,000 in profit, and I've already cashed in $4,000. I've got around 6,000 margin left on there, so it's almost free money. So, you know, if I take a little bit off this, maybe like $2,000 profit off this 16,000, then it's completely free money, and whatever happens, I can't lose. I do try to put myself in that position. I've already taken almost my entry out of SUI. You can see here my SUI trades in $10,756 profit, but I've already banked 5,000. So I pretty much can't lose on SUI as well. Hopefully these others will also become free money soon. World Libby Finance is almost doubled, so that's almost free money already. So yeah, go and follow my Twitter, guys, because I've been calling some of these tops. I called a double top on BNB. This is completely played out, so you can see the price was 1.2K. Let's go and see what the price is of BNB today. We had a lovely double top pattern, 953. So look, absolutely collapsing. Looks like we're at the start of the bear market. This is what we want to see. Where do we buy? Where do we make money? Is it up here? No. Is it down here? Yes. Where did we buy BNB last cycle? We bought BNB at $50 down here. Bob's your nan sister. Happy days. And the price went to 1,300. If you held, I actually took profits, but if you held, yeah, I always take profits in the bull run, guys, and then I try to look for re-entries in the bear market. I'm not holding crazy long. I might hold Asta. I might accumulate Asta in I might randomly DCA, because it's very hard to predict. I need to do a video on Asta because CZ is just going and buying $2 million, and the protocol's buying back like hundreds of millions of dollars. We've got the hiccups. So yeah, it's very hard to trade that one, and I don't really want to try and outsmart that perpdex narrative, because I think it's going to be one of the main runners next cycle, and there's a few different projects that I'm going to accumulate in the bear market that I think could do really well. SUI, we called the top of SUI, absolutely phenomenal. I said check back in 3 months, check the price in 3 months. SUI is topped. This was so I posted a buy alert for SUI at 0.85, and then we completely sold everything at 450. We traded it, so we ended, the SMC bot gave us another buy signal. You can see here, this is the buy signal we took, and we got Sui, and then it gave us sell signal up here. So we shorted it, we sold it, we traded it, we longed it, we made a lot of money on Sui, and I'm still making a lot of money off Sui now, even shorting. This is some of my shorts, so this isn't everything. I have a lot more money on other platforms as well, so I'm shorting on A-Star. As you guys know, I'm using A-Star now. I'm also shorting on eToro, Coinbase. I have some shorts on XRP and Sui there as well that are absolutely printing. I'll post those gains on my X so you can see as well, because a lot of people chat rubbish in this space and they're not actually doing what they say. So yeah, I always post my gains so you guys can see, and the calls, right? So you guys can see what we are doing. They all after us. We were one of the few accounts who literally bought the bottom and sold the top. GG guys, next bear market will be the worst one in history. So a few points there. I do think that we are going to have the worst bear market in history. For altcoins, I don't know if we're going to have that for Ethereum and the ETFs, so Solana, BTC, anything that's an ETF. I do think we're going to have one of the worst altcoins in history, bear markets for altcoins. Many reasons. I'm going to do a separate video on it, but mainly the main reason is liquidity grabs. Anyone's a dev now. Anyone can create an altcoin. James Wynn can go and create a new moon pig, suck liquidity. The Trump family are launching meme coins and utility coins and making a lot of money out of the space. Some people are saying that it's a mass extraction. There's so many different reasons why I think we're going to have one of the worst altcoin seasons. You've got to remember, last cycle we had 3,000 altcoins and we still came down 99%. So, you know, most altcoins came down 99%. So what's going to happen when we've got 10 million, 5 million, 3 million, whatever? I think there's roughly 3 to 5 million at the moment. I think there's going to be liquidity grabs. There's going to be new tokens. For the first time in history, I think there's going to be loads of new tokens launched in the bear market. Because you got to remember, last cycle, if you wanted to launch an altcoin, you would have to have like some money. You'd have to have some liquidity, like 20, 30, 40, 50 grand in liquidity. No one wanted to buy. Everyone was bearish. Retail left. So to really fork out the money to launch an altcoin and add liquidity to the liquidity pool was a lot of a risk. And no one really wanted to go and do it. And if you did do it, it was probably going to pump and dump in a few minutes anyway. This cycle, you don't need any money to launch an altcoin. So we're going to have all the KOLs, all of the devs. Everyone's a dev now anyway, right? So we're probably going to have millions of devs launching millions of coins in this bear market where there is so many altcoins, so many liquidity grabs. VCs got absolutely wrecked this cycle. So VCs made a lot of money last cycle, but they got wrecked this cycle. And every month their tokens get unlocked. I'm looking at their wallets and they're just selling. As soon as that wallet's unlocked, they're just selling, trying to recuperate some losses. So we've got massive VC sell pressure that's coming over the next 6 months to 12 months. I think it's going to be dire, and it's great for us, right? Because we're swing traders. We simply buy in the bear market, and then we simply buy in the bear market and simply sell in the bull run. So you can see here, we bought render 54 cents. I posted here in the bear market. It looks like it's come down a lot. We're getting a lot of sideways action. See how I used to trade? This is what I was looking for, sideways action. I didn't have Glassnode. I didn't have like 20 different on-chain indicators that tell me when an altcoin or when the market's bottomed. I just looked for that sideways action. And it's not actually the worst way to look for a bear market low. If you look at nearly all altcoins reach a level where they kind of just flatline and go sideways in the bear market. Let's see if we can see it here on... has it been removed? Surely it hasn't been removed from... no, it's here. So here, you see this flat line sideways. Like when you go into a bear market, you have the bull run, see this massive spike. It happens all of a sudden. I can't believe people tell me that we didn't have a bull run. Like, this was the bull run. How does this look any different from the last cycle? It even has the first little euphoria pumps, euphoria pump into the bull run. It's insane that people are telling me altcoin season is still coming. And we sold, when did we sell render? I mean, we bought it in 2022, guys. It's nearly 2026. Where's that render post? So we bought 2022 and, we sold in March 2024. So in March, which is not far away, what is it, 5 months? That's going to have been 2 years of downside. We're nearly getting ready to buy again, right? And people are still saying altcoin season is coming. What they don't realize is that they were the exit liquidity, right? All of these massive YouTube channels, they got like 500,000 followers. They've been telling their whole community alt season's coming whilst we were dumping on them, right? This is the second sell. This was the first sell, second sell, and then I've sold all of my altcoins now. I've sold everything. Everything's gone. The dust I had left was so worthless. You know, these were where I made most of my money in these pumps here. So yeah, I mean, look, it's been going down nearly 2 years. It's almost time to buy again. It's almost, I mean, didn't render literally almost, render came down to our entry in that scam wick. I think it came down to like 0.5 in the scam wick. So I think render's probably going to come back below our entry. But you see this sideways period, it's not actually the worst. It's not actually the worst way to call a bear market. Nearly all altcoins kind of do this flatline thing. And we really nailed it because I think it bottomed at 0.41 and then we bought at 0.54. So we've done really well to get in there. And then we sold at 12.30. And look, it's not even on the coin market cap. That's how well we nailed that. If you go onto TradingView, I can't go there now. You can go to TradingView. You'll see render. And maybe I can use this one. We should have render on here somewhere. Yeah, let's go render. Yeah, look. You can just about see the wick. 12.30 and it topped that 12.49. Absolutely insane. Yeah, look, there's the wick that almost came back, or it did come back below our entry. So as I talked about in one of my previous videos, guys, normally when you have these wicks, it's kind of a heads up that you're going to come back down and retrace them. It's almost like we had a free signal that we're about to start a bear market here. And I do think we're going to come back below this wick, even lower. So we've done really well. Look, have we made all of the right decisions? Absolutely not. But, I mean, we've done really well. We took profits. We even went into stocks with these profits, right? So we took profits on a lot of the altcoins back in January. And then we went into quantum, and then that went up 400% or 500%. So, you know, we've made some losses here and there. But let me tell you, we've made nowhere near the losses the majority of the space has made. And I'm sorry and I don't want anyone to lose any money. But, you know, we haven't got here by accident, right? This is like years and years of studying the on-chain data, paying for all of this data. You know, I'm spending thousands and thousands a month on all of this on-chain data. And there's no way, you know, did I get lucky here? Absolutely not. There was a bit of luck involved to actually like catch these spikes. But who was selling here? Everyone was bullish. We're going higher, we're going higher, we're going higher. You know, who was selling Sui here? They were calling Sui to $50 here when we were taking profits. But, you know, it's all from the tools we use, the tools we pay, the studying I've done over and over and over again. And, you know, we're in a bear market. I mean, look at the state of this. It's no different from where we are. There's going to be a point soon where we just start to go sideways like this and do nothing, right? Month after month after month. And that's where I get excited to start buying again. So yeah, what am I doing now? So what I'm trying to do is short the top of the market. I'm trying to short the top of the market. The SMC bot gave us some sell signals last cycle, so around 60. So it topped around 68, and then we had a daily sell around 60k, 59k, and that was the top of the market. There's not many signals here, right? So if you took this sell, absolutely printed, and then you didn't really need to panic until you got a buy signal and maybe we are going higher, right? And just followed the SMC bot, I would have made an absolute killing. And then, you know, we had a bit of chop here, but it still was only 2 signals, right? So if you were long here, you took a short here, it did come down a bit, so you still would have won. Then you had a buy signal. There wasn't that many signals. And the last daily signal up here, you know, marked the end of the bull run. And then we came back and retested the SMC moving average, retested it, we couldn't break through, and then rugged. Then we came into the death cross over here, which we're approaching this cycle. It's so strange. We're almost at a death cross again. So it really does look to me that history is repeating. Not only that, Zcash is pumping. And what happened last cycle? Zcash started pumping. I think I posted it on my X. Yeah, look at this. Zcash peaked November 2021. Where are we now? November 2025. And at the same time, Bitcoin topped November 2021 at 68,000. You can't make it up. It's almost like the bat signal for a bear market. It's like this just happens at the end of the bull run. I think tomorrow, where are we today? I think tomorrow is Wednesday and Thursday. I think we're going to see a capitulation. I think we're going to see a massive capitulation tomorrow or Wednesday. And I think we could be below 100K in the next 2 days on Bitcoin. The price today is 104K, by the way. I think we're going to see a massive capitulation. I think the Zcash is the heads up. I think it's going to get very nasty because most of the KOLs in the space, I'm still seeing so much hope. I'm still seeing so much hope, guys. If we have a look here on, sorry, wrong one. Let's go bookmarks. If we just look at the normal bookmarks. Why can't I see my bookmarks? Oh, I'm already in it. We do these live, guys. So, yeah, still seeing a lot of bullish posts. There is quite a lot of bears. There is quite a lot of bears in the space, but I am seeing quite a lot of bullish posts. A lot of people are flipping as well. So Miles was very buy the dip, but he's starting to get bearish now. I can't see. I can't remember the account that keeps posting bullish buy the dip. I'm seeing a mixture. People are starting to get more and more bearish. I will admit that people are starting to get more and more bearish, but there's still so much hope. I still see a lot of this. The bear market indicators haven't popped off. Like we get these free indicators that are going to tell us when to take profits, and we're all going to sell together. If everyone is looking at the bear market indicators and they're waiting to sell when these indicators flash, isn't that a red flag to you that everyone is waiting for these same signals to take profits and get out of the market? It's a bit of a red flag to me, and it hasn't been easy. You had to outsmart everyone else, right? When we were taking profits here, everyone was bullish, and you had to take some risks. You had to say, what if this is the top, right? It's gone crazy. It's just on a 25x. It's just on 2,500%. Everyone is frothing at the mouth for higher. Everyone is planning to sell in Q4, where we're all magically going to sell together. We're all going to get rich. Eric Trump said Q4 is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Doesn't that sound suspicious to you? Doesn't that sound a bit off? Like we're all going to get rich together. Meanwhile, the smart money was selling here. The wallets I was tracking were selling here. Beeple, who was one of the main marketers for Render, he was on the Render team as a promo person. He was selling. I was tracking his wallet here. He was dumping on you while saying render this, render that, render's going to revolutionize. He was selling millions of dollars worth. Render were paying him millions and millions of dollars. I was literally watching his wallet sell in real time. Dump. And this is why I started to take profits, and we also took some shorts here and there. It feels like it's over. And if it's not over, are you telling me that render is going to go from $2 to $12 in the next week or so just because what? Where's this money coming from? Where's the liquidity coming from? It feels over to me. It really does. And you don't see these kind of corrections. You don't see things down 90% here. You're almost at bear market levels. I mean, it's down 90%. It can come down, another 9%. I mean, if it comes down much more, maybe I'll buy again, right? Because we're getting close to bear market levels. I don't know. We'll see. It kind of feels like it's over, and everyone is kind of hoping. I mean, you have to remember when you're down, a lot of people's bags are down, right? They didn't buy when we bought in the bear market. They got in late. They got sucked into the FOMO. They held thinking, we're all going to sell in Q4. Like, we don't have to sell now. We just hold into Q4. They all get rug pulled. okay, because everyone sells before them. And then they're down so bad that they're like, oh, my bags are down so much now, I might as well hold, right? I put in 10K, it's only worth 2K or 3K now, I might as well hold. But what they don't realize is that that bag could come down 99%, which means that 10K could come to $100, and they can't see that, okay? This is where people differ from the smart money. What the smart money do, I've seen wallets put 100K, some funds, right? So I've seen some funds put 100K into a meme coin at the top. A lot of funds actually bought meme coins near the top. It was crazy. I think they were getting a lot of pressure from their clients who were saying, like, we don't have any exposure to meme coins. You know, we made a 10x on Pepe, right? Buying in the bear and just selling in the bull. And there was a lot of FOMO. A lot of people didn't buy meme coins and weren't sort of hodling them. And I've seen them put 100K in, and they're down 80%, you know, which leaves them on 20K. And most the retail mentality of this, like, if you're a retail investor and you put 100K into an altcoin, it's down 20K, you're so miserable, you're depressed, I messed up, I didn't set a stop loss, I should have set a 20% stop loss, at least then I would have had 80K. Now it's 20K, I might as well hold, like, what if it goes back up? You know, I'm just going to hold and see what happens, right? Then the bag goes down 99% into a bear market, which happens most of the time. And that 100K is then 1K. Now, what they don't realize is that to get back to that 100K, they need to make a 99x, okay? They need to make a 99x to turn that 1K back into their initial investment, which is 100K. Now, what the smart money do is they sell an 80% loss, which sounds ridiculous, right? They sell an 80% loss, and they are left with 20K. Now, they only need to make a 4x to get back. So they'll say, do you know what? We took some risks. It's our own fault. I'm going to take accountability. I'm a grown adult. I took a risk. I bought this thing. It crashed. I'm not going to blame it on anyone else. I'm going to take the loss, 80%, and I only need to make a 4x to get 100K back. Okay, I only need to make a 4x to get 100K back. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that in BTC. I'm going to play it safe because I can't take any more risks for this 20K. I need to get that 100K back. I'm going to put it in BTC at 50K, for example. This is an example. I'm going to put it in BTC at 50K. I'm going to sell. I'm not going to take too many risks. When we just get over all-time high, around 200K, I'm going to take profits, and I'm going to get my 100K back. So do you see the difference here? The person who couldn't bear to sell at an 80% loss needs to get a 99x, which is almost impossible. And then the smart money who sold at an 80% loss only needs to get a 4x, which you could argue in BTC, in a bear market, has never happened before. So you could argue that it's borderline impossible not to get their money back. So it's borderline impossible for them not to make their money back on an 80% loss. That sounds insane, right? But that's how the smart money think. Is it possible BTC gets hacked next cycle? Yes. So there's no free money in investing. There's no free money in anything. You could buy a house. There's no free money in buying a house. You could buy a house. It could have an earthquake. The insurers could come back, say you're not insured for an earthquake. Whatever. There's risks in any kind of investing, but that's how the smart money think. And I've learned that this cycle, especially as I've watched a lot of them sell at 70% loss, 80% loss, and I've even adopted that myself. I've sold some altcoins at 50% loss, and I've come back and they've just been absolutely decimated, right? And I've been so grateful that I sold at a loss. I sold Quill at I think a 50% loss, and yeah, look at this. I sold Quill at a 50% loss up here. I said, if we lose this support line, I'm out. It's going to hurt, guys, but I'm out. And then I sold here, and it would have been down 99%. So now I had 20 grand in Quill. So I had 20K in Quill. Sold at a 50% loss. Still got 10K to show for it. Would have had 99%. So, you know, I don't know. Would have had $200. That's insane that I would have turned 20K into $200. Would have needed to do 99x, and instead I only need to do a 2x. So if I buy Solana at a 90% discount or an 80% discount, or I buy BTC at a 60% discount, it's almost possible for me to not only make my money back, but it's highly likely that I'm going to turn that 10k into 100k, right? So now we're not just losing the 20k by holding and hoping. We're losing 100k because that's money that we don't have for the next bear market. So do you see how preservation of this capital is so important? And I treat every 1k I can save as 10k, as 20k that I'm playing with, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for now, guys. I'm going to do some more videos about what's going on. Let's quickly check the portfolio. Very nice. BTC shorts on 17k profit. Trump, I've only just got into this. So, you might be looking at this thinking, oh, I missed the boat. But Trump, I did just get in, and I'm going to do a whole video on why I think Trump's going to really, really crash. I'm going to do a video on XRP, why I think XRP is going to crash. If you want to see why, go to my profile, because I did post here 10 reasons why I think XRP is going to crash last night somewhere. I post a lot of crap. Yeah, here. Double top, breaking sell signal on the weekly from the SMC bot. I posted here 10 reasons. Go and read them. Why I think XRP is going to go down to maybe 20 cents, and I think the price today is $2. It was $2.30, $2.20 or something. I think it's come down more now. So many videos I need to do. I've been trading like crazy, obviously updating my community with all the trades, selling my portfolio, what shorts I'm taking. If you want to join us, head over to my X, search this, and then click this link, and then you can jump in the Discord. It's a monthly thing, so you can leave at any time. If it's not for you, if you're not getting any value, and you don't like it, you can leave at any time. You also get this SMC bot in your own trading view for free, and it just snaps to grid. Whatever you want to look at, it snaps to the charts, works on stocks or crypto, and it's really, really useful. And these yellow things are crazy. You see when we get these yellow candles, just to say you're getting a little bit overheated. So yeah, if you want to get that, jump in the Discord, get involved with us. You see all my updates and trades that I'm taking. I'm also going to be building a new portfolio, right? Just as we did this cycle. In the bear market, which I think we're very close to, I'm going to be building another portfolio. See, like when we were buying these things in the bear market, and then just selling in the bull run. I'm going to do exactly the same thing we've done this cycle, next cycle, and try and make another 10, 20x if we can. I'm also in stocks this cycle. We weren't in stocks last cycle, so I got into stocks this cycle, and we've done really well. I don't know if I posted my QBTS sale. QBTS. I think we've done 400 or 500% on some of these quantum plays. No, we bought way down here somewhere. This is where we took some profits in January, and then it's just they went absolutely crazy, guys. We made an absolute killing on this, and if we had have held that money in altcoins, imagine how much we would have lost? Because I made over $100,000 on this play, and that's money that was in altcoins, right? So that came over. Let's say I took 30k out of altcoins profits, and then I put that into stocks, because crypto was like this, and when it's like this, I'm looking to take profits, and then I'm looking for something that's down here. This is like the basics of swing trading, right? And stocks were down here having a correction, so I took my money from altcoins in January, put it into stocks, and then stocks went like this, and then my 30k, it turned into 160k or something. I've posted that on my X if you want to go and verify that. So I just think how much we would have lost, man, because we would have been down 70, 80%, maybe 90% on that 30k. So that would have been like 3k, 3 to 5k, that would have been. But because we took it out and put it into stocks, it turned into 160k. So, we've made some mistakes this cycle. It's not been perfect, but some of these plays we've pulled off have been phenomenal. So yeah, if you want to join us, guys, jump in the Discord. I'm really excited. We learned so much more. We've got so many tools now. We've got Nansen Pro. We've got all this Glassnode data that's helping us navigate these markets. I'm so excited for the next bull run, the bear market and bull run. The money's not made now, right? A lot of people are like, oh, I hope it's not over. I hope it is over, because the money is made in the bear market. That's where everyone gets rich, but that's where no one wants to stay. Everyone can't bear the red, the down. But really, I'm in Asta, and I'm hoping it comes down to 20 cents so that I can become an Asta whale, right? I really want a massive bag of this. And people are like, what's going on with Asta? Like, I already took some profits off Asta. I still do have a moon bag because I don't really want to try and outsmart it. It's literally the only altcoin I have left. And I don't want to outsmart. I don't want to try and outsmart it with CZ and the buybacks and stuff. My entry was 0.45, so I'm still up 100%. But it could come back to my entry or lower, and I'm aware of that, right? And I'll just dollar cost average. I'm not going to try and outsmart it. So yeah, really looking forward to accumulating Asta. I think I'm going to buy it when I feel like BTC's bottomed. When BTC hits a bottom, most altcoins tend to find a bottom. Let me know what you think, guys. Don't forget, I could be wrong. We might not be going into a bear market right now, right? We might bounce off 100K. I could be completely wrong. We bounce off 100K. Maybe we go to all-time highs. What you have to ask yourself is, what position are you in? For me, you've just seen what I've done, right? Took profits, put into stocks, made hundreds of thousands of dollars. It doesn't matter if it goes back to all-time highs. I've already hit my target. I've already got my cash. Because if it goes to all-time highs, at some point, it's probably going to go back into a bear market. We never go through these cycles without having a bear market. And that's where my entry is, the bear market. It doesn't matter if I sell here and it goes higher, if I sell here and it goes higher. It doesn't matter to me because I've made, 10x, I've done my 15x, 20x, we made some 50x's, 100x's. I've hit my targets. And I hope it does go higher for everyone that's still holding. I want you guys to make as much money as possible, because you're going to have more money to buy back in the bear market, which is going to send us higher again, right? I'd much rather you all make as much money as possible, and that we all win. Unfortunately, it's not a game where we can all win. So I have to make decisions. I have to make these calls, and I have to try and predict where the market's going to go. And for now, I'm predicting that this is going to happen. I don't know where the bottom's going to be. The indicators are going to tell me that. But so far, I mean, nobody really can deny that this is playing out just as we talked about, right? Guys, follow me on X. Drop a like on the YouTube channel. I'm going to keep you guys posted with what I'm doing, what trades I'm taking. Let's see if we do break the 100K in the next 2 days, which I'm expecting. I might take a hedge long. I don't know, okay? So when we come down to 100K, I might take a hedge long. We'll have to see where we are at the time. I might long this white line, because it's a very easy trade for me. If we come down here and we break below it, I can set a very tight stop loss, so I'm only risking a small amounts. My shorts are going to be in absolutely crazy profits anyway, but I do want to carry those shorts down, right? Even if we do come back and relief rally test this, I do want to hold those shorts all the way down into the bear market, because it could return, personally, it could return for me maybe $500,000, and I want to have a lot of money to buy Bitcoin and some altcoins in the bear market, right? I can put that money back into A-Star, I can put it back into Bitcoin, Solana, any other altcoins I'm looking at buying. I've drawn a little line here at 70K. I don't know if this 70K is going to hold, guys. I think we come lower. But again, the data is going to tell us. We don't have to try and guess these things. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll post all my trades in the Discord anyway, so maybe I take a hedge long here and look for a dead cat bounce. I don't think we have the stamina to get back to all-time highs, and we're just repeating history, right? Zcash is pumping. We're literally repeating the exact patterns of last cycle. So trend is your friend. Don't try to be a genius. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. This time's different. Altcoin extended cycle, right leaning cycle. You just literally, a bot is literally telling you where the market is going right now, and it's outperforming nearly most of the market. So yeah, looks like we're in a big fat downtrend and about to either go into a bear market here or scam everyone and do a relief rally. Don't forget to like the channel, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest. Drop a comment, let me know what you're doing. Are you bearish, bullish? Are you buying the dip? And yeah, until then, I'll catch you in the next one.